Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processions of the Chairman and Chairman's escort of East Dorset District Council, the University Board, Senate and the Pro-Chancellor. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Peter Harvey.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. It's lovely to see so many of you here this morning. My name is Peter Harvey and I'm one of the Pro-Chancellor of the University, and it's my privilege to be representing the Chancellor at this ceremony this morning. I'm delighted to welcome Councillor David Shortell, the Chairman of East Dorset District Council, and Mrs. Elizabeth Shortell. We're very grateful to you for giving your time to be with us today. Can I also welcome Timothy Lee, the Deputy Chair of the University Board, and other members of the University Board, and also the President of the Students' Union. We have honorary graduates with us today, Dame Yvonne Moores, John Wrighton, and Nigel Beale. Professor John Vinney, the University's Vice-Chancellor, will be presenting the graduates this morning, and he will be addressing us later. And to introduce the graduates from the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences, Professor Stephen T. I also want to welcome our special guest, Sheena Byron, who you'll hear more about later. Can I also thank Bournemouth Concert Brass, who have kept you entertained as you've waited for the ceremony to begin today, and have done so throughout this week of graduation ceremonies. Thank you. And of course, most importantly, I want to welcome you, our graduates. This is your day and your celebration, and we're all here to congratulate you on your achievements so far and to wish you well in all that you do in the future. Today is a very special day of celebration for all of you from the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences who are receiving your degrees, and also for the families and friends who are with you today. Bournemouth University has a truly worldwide reputation. Nearly 3,000 students are crossing this stage this year from an astonishing 110 countries. As you see your family members come onto the stage to receive their degrees, I'm sure that you'll be reflecting on their time growing up, their successes at school, the pressures of exams, and their achievement in gaining admission to the university. You will have given them invaluable support throughout this time, and as they have approached their university exams, and particularly their finals. Now you have the exciting prospect of seeing them moving ahead with their careers. Some years ago, I watched my daughter receive her degree here, and I'm sure that today you will all have the same huge feeling of pride that I experienced then. You may also be forgiven for thinking with some pleasure that now, at last, you can put away the checkbooks. But a word of caution. From personal experience, this may not happen anytime soon. To all of you, I would say congratulations on having chosen to go into higher education. It will have brought you enormous benefits, not just in terms of what you've learned and in terms of your future earning power, but as part of growing up and developing your potential in the world you're about to enter. Figures indicate that the wage difference between university graduates and school leavers is around 35%. But in addition to this, I'm sure that all of you will have developed a greater sense of independence, confidence, and maturity during your time at this university. You may have been involved in other activities outside your course, which have also helped you grow as individuals. All of you here today will have worked extremely hard in order to complete your studies in the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences. And now you're about to enter the next phase of your lives in extremely important, exciting, and valuable areas of work across the globe. One of the great strengths of Bournemouth University is it has the highest proportion of graduates with work experience of any university in the UK. Every undergraduate student at Bournemouth University has the opportunity to undertake a work placement, and that experience greatly increases your prospects of gaining suitable employment at what is a very difficult time for anyone entering the labour market. I do offer all of you my most sincere congratulations on your achievements and wish you all the very best in your chosen field and a successful and enjoyable life ahead. I hope that you and your families and friends have a really enjoyable morning, and I hope that everyone will show their appreciation for the achievements of these students as they come up onto the stage to receive their degrees. Thank you.
This congregation is assembled for the conferment of an honorary degree. Pro-Chancellor, I invite Professor Venora Hundley to present Mrs. Sheena Byram, OBE.
Pro-Chancellor, it's always a privilege to read the citation for our honorary graduate, but it is very special indeed to introduce Sheena Byram, who has done so much for midwifery and childbirth. Sheena Byram is one of the UK's most experienced midwives, and she is passionate about promoting and protecting midwifery practice. She is an accomplished academic and author, and has served on a number of strategic groups, including the government's Midwifery 2020 Steering Group and the NICE Guideline Development Group for Postnatal Care. Sheena is the youngest of 5 daughters and freely admits that she struggled with academic subjects. After securing a place at grammar school to study her A-levels, she was forced to quit her studies and start working owing to her parents' serious ill health. Following a spell working as a trainee dispenser for Boots Chemist, Sheena was successful in obtaining a place to train as a state-registered nurse. During a 3-month placement in obstetrics, Sheena first realized her interest in midwifery. She was lucky to be invited to help catch a baby, something other student nurses at the time rarely got the chance to do. Sheena has continuously sought to improve systems for midwifery practice, and in 2002 became one of the country's first consultant midwives. This gave her the authority and freedom to lead a number of projects in the Lancashire area. These included opening 3 midwifery-led birthing centres and creating a forum theatre group that helped expectant mothers from vulnerable groups. Sheena's character was tested in the 1990s when unforeseeable complications with a birth resulted in a child born with significant disabilities. The serious investigation and press intrusion that followed were extremely challenging for the family of the child and for Sheena. She was helped through these difficult times by the messages of support that she received from mothers she'd cared for and from her peers. In 2003, Sheena achieved an MA in Midwifery Studies from the University of Central Lancashire. She is a board member and honorary fellow of the Royal College of Midwives and published her memoirs entitled Catching Babies in 2011. In the same year, Sheena was awarded an OBE for services to midwifery. For services to midwifery. Being a pioneer, Sheena was shortlisted as the Nursing Times Nurse Tweeter of the Year in 2014. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present Sheena Byram, OBE, and I ask you to confer upon her the degree of Doctorate of Education, honoris causa.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to express my thanks to Venora Hundley. Thank you for such a humbling citation and for nominating me for this prestigious award. Eternal gratitude to those who are close to me, my husband Paul, my children Anna, James, Thomas and Olivia, my sisters and brother-in-laws, Anne and Peter, Susan and John, Eileen and Dennis, Jill and Mark, and my dear friends, Lynn and Frank. For each of you have influenced my life, encouraged, supported, and been there for me. There are others too who have mentored and guided me and modelled behaviours that I've tried to emulate. And to our parents, who aren't with us anymore, James, our Irish dad, who passed on the love for fun and friendship, and to our beautiful and courageous mother, Kathleen, who gave us the example and capacity to be kind, a quality that's irreplaceable and holds the potential to change the world. My attention must go now to those in the room who are graduating on this very special day. How exciting for you. Your journey so far will have been both joyous and challenging. I remember it so well. During my work, I visit universities and talk to students, and I connect regularly with them on social media. You give me so much hope for the future. Many of you are already leaders. You are our future, and I feel that it's safe in your hands, in your minds, and in your hearts. Recently, a student midwife, unhappy with some of her mentors, told me that she would be happier once qualified. I gently reminded her that there would always be challenges, and there'll be walls to climb. Some of you will conquer, and others it's better to just walk around. As you celebrate today, I'd like to respectfully offer you some of my thoughts for you to consider as you follow your dream. Remember, love and science are the two most important things. You can't make a difference if one is missing. The skills you have now and that you build on are fundamentally important, but kindness and compassion you show will make a difference. Your eyes tell a story to the people that you serve. Keep those you serve at the centre of all your actions. Speak up for your rights to have enough time and resources to provide the care you are qualified to give. Don't fit in with negative culture. Remember the passion and desire you talked about at your interview to become a student here, the words that got you chosen onto your course, and keep them close to your heart. Remember that the importance of authentic, positive feedback. It creates virtuous cycles. Take care of yourself and nurture those you work with. You are going to be professional servants to the public. More often than not, you'll be an uninvited guest into a sacred space where people feel vulnerable. What you do and how you do it, what you say and how you say it, will be remembered for the rest of their lives. One thing for sure, your work will take you to the core of life itself. Birth and death are the most important times for humanity. Everyone is born and we all die. For the future midwives in the room, birth is a rite of passage that makes a difference to women, her infant and her family, socially, physically, psychologically and spiritually. For all other future health and social care workers here today, you may be dealing with the consequences of how a baby is born throughout your career. For those of you who are going to be midwives, you are hugely privileged to be part of an English maternity service. I've been to and studied childbearing practices around the globe where women and their human rights are violated. There is no such thing as choice, and obstetric violence is accepted. Please learn more about this and join in the political quest to influence change. Your voice is deeply needed. And remember that you can do it. Don't put people on a pedestal. Believe in yourselves and that you can make a difference. Just lastly, as they say, there are two things that define you: your determination when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. So embrace your calling and your work with a smile from your eyes and courage from your heart. You can and you will make a difference, and your work will enrich your life too. It's now time to take flight. Where will you soar? Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel Asaya.
Good morning. It is an honor and privilege to be standing here today, addressing my fellow students on behalf of the Students' Union. Today is a memorable day, a big day to look back on the time you had BU with friends and reminisce with loved ones on the many memories that you've made here. Each one of us has got a unique story to tell about our journey at Bournemouth University. For me, that meant leaving my home country, Nigeria, about 2 years ago in pursuit of a master's degree. Decided to get involved in clubs and societies, then went on to challenge myself, got elected, and made history as the first Black and international president of the Students' Union. Everyone has a story. But you see, there is also a lot that we have in common. We've all experienced that shift from awkward hellos as freshers to friendships that will last a lifetime. We have transformed from anxious first years struggling to find a library to confident scholars who will go on to challenge the preconceptions in our fields. But our journey ain't over yet. In fact, it is just beginning. Our generation will be the next titans of industry, creators of jobs, and pioneers of innovation. We are a generation of risk takers, prepared to fail, prepared to pick ourselves up and start again, prepared for the chance to do something truly great, to be someone truly great. We, the graduates of Bournemouth University, are the next generation of leaders who will be the change we want to see in this world. So go out there, think the unthinkable, do the undoable, challenge the status quo, and most importantly, be the best version of yourself. Thank you guys, and good luck.
This congregation is assembled for the presentation of postgraduate and undergraduate awards of the university. Pro-Chancellor, recipients of awards in the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences will be presented by the Executive Dean, Professor Stephen T., and received as graduates by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Binney.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the recipients of awards for the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences. Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Afghan Women and the Culture of Care in a Kabul Maternity Hospital, Rachel Arnold. In recognition of a programme of work entitled A Novel Accelerated Diagnostic Protocol to Identify Emergency Department Patients with Chest Pain who may be suitable for discharge after a single high-sensitivity troponin, TRUST, Triage Rule-Out Using High-Sensitivity Troponin Chest Pain Study, Edward Watts Colton. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Older People's Adherence to Community-Based Group Exercise Programmes, a Multiple Case Study, Claire Killingback. In recognition of a programme of work entitled It's a Relief to Talk, Mothers' Experiences of Breastfeeding Recorded in Video Diaries, Alison Mary Taylor. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Managing Lifestyle Factors in People Diagnosed with Multiple Sclerosis and awarded posthumously and collected by Dennis Evans, Timothy William Pritchard Evans. Doctor of Professional Practice, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Physiotherapy, Palliative Cancer Care, a Case Study Approach, Caroline Ann Belchamber. In recognition of a programme of work entitled A Grounded Theory Study Exploring First-Year Student Nurses' Learning and Practice, Dawn Angela Morley. Master of Arts in Advanced Mental Health Practice, Hannah Gottschling. Turi Michaela. Susan K. Meffam. Master of Arts in Advanced Practice, Sarah Tilbury. Gillian Deborah Walton. Postgraduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Beverly Susan Capon. Master of Arts in Leading and Developing Services, Karen Lorraine Law. Master of Arts in Social Care, Luanga Chibamba. Master of Arts in Social Work, Nicole Aquilina. Stacey Mary Tina Corrigan. And with distinction, Bryony Jane Crabb. Laura Elizabeth Deeman. Lucy Sarah Hamilton. And with distinction, Orlando Harvey. David William Humphreys. Lorraine Jones. And with distinction, Monica Nutt. Caris Laura Mariner. Paula Jane Maxwell. And with distinction, Christopher Joseph Miles. Rachel Marie Page. Louise Claire Phillips. Stephen Ross. Sophie Rachel Routledge. Sarah Margaret Vile. And with distinction, Andrew David Peter Wall. Eleanor Joy Williams. Master of Arts in Social Care, Megan Kapusa. Master of Science in Public Health, Fulashade Aloa. And with distinction, Andrew Chengay. Olafumi Leo Omatade. Doris Opong. Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Mental Health Practice, Christopher David Hargrave. Bertha Otu. Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Nurse Practitioner, Julia Michelle Conroy. Nikki Lane. And with distinction, Heidi Marie Starrett. Bachelor of Arts in Children and Family Studies, and with first-class honours, Sarah Holderness. Jane Lisa Magnion. Bachelor of Arts in Leadership and Management in Health and Social Care, Desmond Keegan. Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Jessica Abbott. Rosie May Andrews. Rebecca Naomi Brooks. Elaine Claire Brown. Cassie Dando. Dina Roseanne Darko. Jacqueline Elizabeth Edmund Williams. Selena Laura James. Catherine Mary Lloyd Jones. Naomi Journo. Lisa Marie Kemp. Christine Jane Kinsella. Amy Claire Lazelle. Georgina Emily French Merritt. Ronwyn Sian Morgan Vale. And with first class honours, Hayley Jane Moss. Leonard Mupati. Lucy Palakova. Lisa Marie Pledger. Luke Frederick Richardson. And with first class honours, Rachel Russian. And with first class honours, Hayley Louise Scott. And with first class honours, Rebecca Stanley. And with first class honours, Amber Dorothea Jane Webster. Annalise Zara Marie Wilkinson Lights. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Anthropology, Emily Barnell. Josie Baitel Heron. And with first class honours, Papillon Bond Williams. Courtney Margaret Britton. Savel Fleming. Sufuwadi Homran. Alexandra Jarrett. Gemma Knights. Oliver Picken. Paige Radley. And with first class honours, Megan Louise Stansfield. And with first class honours, Michelle Vickery. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Social Policy, Sarah Anderson. Sarah Blackmore. Sophia Sheralambus. Sheridan Rose Cooper. Alice Davis. Emma Kadaka. Georgia Larkins. Alice Lonergan. Rebecca Matthews. And with first class honours, Anampai Shao Pankada. Amber Sleet. And with first-class honours, Rebecca Emma Smith. Barja Umar. Bachelor of Science in Adult Nursing, Michelle Grace Arnold. Kirsty Louise Attrell. Rebecca Louise Baker. Alla Baldwin. And with first-class honours, Sian Jade Bartlett. And with first-class honours, Alexandra Victoria Bastable. And with first-class honours, Katie Beale. Courtney Grace Best. Jessica Holly Bishop. Louise Blake. Michaela Vanessa Bonafini. Ruby Bremer Smith. And with first-class honours, Carla Louise Brooks. Lisa Joanne Browham. Natalie Jane Brown. And with first-class honours, Jasmine Brooke Cam. Megan Dawn Capewell. Chloe Carroll. Stroma Jamesina Chalker-Dunnett. Emily Victoria Charman. Gabriella Krenskova. Jessica Louise Churchill. Amy Michelle Grace Clark. Alina Kondarachi. Antonia Elizabeth Davis. And with first-class honours, Claire Dorothy Davis. Lindsay Emily Davis. Rebecca Dorr. Mark Edward Doxey. Andrew Edward Douglas. And with first-class honours, Jennifer Dowdall. Lucy Jane Edwards. Patience Agonman. Samantha Ellaway. Rachel Louise Ellis. And with first-class honours, Rebecca Mary Ferris. Savannah Figuera Jones. Hayley Ann Flanagan. And with first-class honours, Hannah Louise Fox. Katie Louise Frampton. Fiona Jeanette Froggatt. Jessica Furno. Jade Gardner. Danielle Emma George. Claire Elizabeth Gibson. Amy Eleanor Gilks. Ashley Claire Godfrey. And with first class honours, Corrine Ann Goldfinch. Martine Jade Gooch. Olivia Erin Grist. Abigail Jane Haddy. Olivia Jane Harper. Dominique Harrison. Shukri Hassan. Abby Kate Hesse. Jennifer Louise Hickman. Karen Louise Holmes. Kelly Holter. Kirsty Nicola Ann Humphreys. And with first class honours, Amy Herworth. And with first class honours, Jennifer Louise Hyde. Ashley Renee Hilton. Denise Maria Jackson. Catherine Ann Jackson. Jacqueline James. Laura Jane. And with first class honours, Bethany Ann Jarvis. Mary Megan Jones. Khadija Candy. Shana Kennelly. Roxanne Amy King. Nicole Marie Knight. Maisie Ann Lane. And with first class honours, Zara Louise Langshaw. Beth Alexandra Lee. Jennifer Louise Lee. And with first class honours, Alice Rose Ling. And with first class honours, Emma Claire Lucas. Emma Jane Luckwell. Lauren Rebecca Madley Dowd. And with first class honours, Lydia Emily Maidman. Marisel Malabanan. Jade Martin. Emily Kate McKeon. Michelle McLennan. Chloe Rachel Miles. Michelle Miles. And with first class honours, Elaine Mills. And with first class honours, Kirsty Louise Muirhead. Grace Nambathu. Yasmin Naylor. Sky Starlight Notley. Nancy Oyella. Louise Mary Packham. Catriona Bethany Page. Kimberly Claire Parker. Rosalind Joy Passmore. And with first class honours, Connor Ashley Patrick. Amira Piersab. Miriama Pickering. And with first class honours, Emma Mary Proctor. Jodie Prynne. And with first class honours, Hannah Holly Purnell. Katie Ralston. Katie Ramsier. Max Rojovic. Lauren Marie Rolt. Karina Milva Ronzoni. Emily Jane Ryan. Sheetal Sawant. Rachel Emma Seymour. And with first class honours, Lauren Rebecca Sharpin. And with first class honours, Laura Jane Sheevin. Rowena Palamus Platino Shepherd. Jodie Smethers. And with first class honours, Alice Lucy Smith. And with first class honours, Rachel Louise Summers. Rosie Sweet. Dominic Luciano Taborda. Sophie Elizabeth Tarrant. Emma Jane Taylor. And with first class honours, Rebecca Linda Timpson. Gemma Terode. Charlotte Amy Rosina Towell. Gemma Ann Tucker. I pause the ceremony and hand over to Canon Dr. Bill Merrington.
On this Remembrance Day, will you please stand for our 2-minute silence as we remember all who have lived and died in the service of mankind. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today. Will you please be seated?
Continuing the presentation of awards for Bachelor of Science in Adult Nursing, Amy Lee Villette. Steen Shelby Villiers. Georgia May Vincent. Andrea Margaret Ward. Gemma Louise Watson. And with first class honours, Georgina Charlotte Emma Whitehead. Alexandra Louise Whitehead. Laura Beth Wilcox. Louise Helen Wilkins. Lucy Ann Williams. Stevie Williams. And with first class honours, Emma Laura Witheridge. Cheryl Helen Weimer. Certificate of Higher Education in Healthcare Studies, Jade Lauren Niche. Bachelor of Science in Children's and Young People's Nursing, Samantha Sarah Baker. Catherine Joy Bond. Alexandra Danielle Brown. Natasha Ann Brown. And with first class honours, Lucy Alice Buckingham. Shakila Chowdhury. Alicia Jane Dale. Jasmine Rose Al-Hag. And with first class honours, Lindsay Marie Goss. Carly Louise Grattage. Talia Guthrie. And with first class honours, Vanessa India Ham. Hannah Julie Hickman. And with first class honours, Catherine Marie Ingham. And with first class honours, Lindsay Sarah Kemp. Leah Christine Mason. Emily Janet Mayhew. Grace Elizabeth Mooney. Ryan Mark Shears. Samantha Louise Fredbury. And with first class honours, Laura Elizabeth Sunman. And with first class honours, Natalie Marie Warren. Kirsten Verona Watson. Bachelor of Science in Clinical Exercise Science in Philip Albany. And with first class honours, Carla Margaret Anderson. Amy Jane Berry. Alexander James Blackall. Emma Ruth Brown. And with first class honours, Laurel Elizabeth Brown. And with first class honours, Tom Clifton. And with first class honours, Annie Draper. Kasha Holm. And with first class honours, Abby Victoria Hunter. Shiva Mistry. Thomas Francis Welford. Thomas Jack Winwinter. Tobias Zahiri Sellers. Bachelor of Science in Mental Health Nursing, Stacey Jane Barks. Kirsty Allen Bramley. Leanne Louise Bridewell. Rose Candelaria. Andrew Neil Clark. Alana Zena Cowley-Newport. And with first class honours, Toria Dyer. Whitney Ecott. Camilla Rachel Fletcher. Leanne Haley Grant. Zoe Elizabeth Harlow. Anthea Hutton. And with first class honours, Emily John. And with first class honours, Charlotte Amy Jones. And with first class honours, Louise Kingman. Shelley Jane Tessa Mackin. Amber Amelia Marshall. And with first class honours, Laura Jane Maynard. Nicola Morton. Sidudu Zil Ngomo. And with first class honours, Samantha Joanne Norris. Katie Charlotte Rhodes. And with first class honours, Sophie Ann Ross. Alicia May Sharp. And with first class honours, Grace Ellen Slavin. And with first class honours, Amy Jane Shaw Smith. Rosemary Claire Spry. Patience Adobio Toro. Tandy Chili. Claire Arabella Watson. Simon Mark John Watts. Kirsty Alana Whiteman. Louise Stephanie Ann Williams. And with first class honours, Samantha Jane Young. Bachelor of Science in Midwifery, Hayley Emma Alsford Smith. Charlotte Barker. Joanne Barnes. Harriet Emily Barr. Perry Lee Skye Wendy Beattie. And with first class honours, Emily Hope Benison. And with first class honours, Hayley Frances Bradley. Melissa Louise Bromwich. Chelsea Rose Butchers. Rachel Louise Cameron Burton. Rebecca Lucy Clark. Kathy Clifford. Laura Bryony Cook. Natasha Ruth Cottrell. Katrina Rosita Cunningham. And with first class honours, Emma Joan Davis. Jacqueline Ann Davis. And with first class honours, Rebecca Jane Dixon Wright. Samantha Donaldson. Leah Sian Furbank. Kimberly Gardner. Hannah Mary Gillan. Kate Hardwick. Charlotte Victoria Holdway. And with first class honours, Connie Marie Hook. Abigail Cherie Jeff. Marie Diane Jones. Charlotte Kemp. Hannah Emma Kennedy. And with first class honours, Lucy Fiona Kidner. Lucy Lawrence. Amanda Libby. And with first class honours, Robbie Ann Jacqueline Loader. And with first class honours, Emily Jane Lowes. Kay Elizabeth Lunnan. Isabel McQuillan. Rachel McWilliams. Imogen Louise Millard. Claire Louise Mills. Louise Nicola Mitchell. Jane Morley Smith. And with first class honours, Arlene Danielle Bruce Oram. And with first class honours, Alison Peters. And with first class honours, Hannah Victoria Pilling. Katrina Louise Rafferty. Emily Ranger. Michelle Louise Richardson. Claire Saunders. Caroline Louise Simmons. Katie Stephen. Rebecca Elizabeth Sutcliffe. And with first class honours, Stephanie Joanna Tillotson. Sarah May Topley. Katie Jacqueline Walsh. Alice Waring. And with first class honours, Emily Christine Warrington. Daisy Kachiro Weckworth. And with first class honours, Emma Claire White. Katie Louise Wintle. Donna Levita Wright. Bachelor of Science in Maternal and Newborn Care, Verity Ann Stevens. Bachelor of Science in Nutrition, Danish Aguirre Durrant. Paige Barringer. Shu Shao. Radoslav Kanalev. Rosie Keywood. Sarah Kirkham-Brown. Rosie Lumley. Sylvia Mizerska. Christy Morris. Harriet Jade Owen. Sophie Alice Ross. Neo San. Daxini Satskuneswaran. Mario Cinto. And with first class honours, Elliot Smith. Rachel Sir. And with first class honours, Marilyn Tumbra. Taru Trivainen. Bachelor of Science in Occupational Therapy, Madeline Emma Bartlett. Faye Pamela Billingham. Amy Louise Brown. Rye Niall John Buffery. Andrew James Burnett. Emma Louise Davis. Hannah Louise Dorr. And with first class honours, Esther Rose Fox. And with first class honours, Jessica Kate Froome. Annika Louise Fry. Namitha Gallagher. Ima Garati. Lydia Evelyn Gregory. Alexandra Grace Halley. And with first class honours, Verity Jane Hart. Jodie Louise Haslam. Carolina Januchek. Kerry Anastasia Jones. Tiffany Hope Jones. And with first class honours, Melissa Kate Lambert. Camilla Rose Lear. Lucy Georgia Louise Webb Moran. Naomi Elizabeth Morgan. Rebecca Louise Noyce. And with first class honours, Lucy Alice Perry. And with first class honours, Hannah Mary Skeels. Andrew Peter Skinner. Suzanne Patricia Slater. And with first class honours, Stephen James Wilson. Bachelor of Science in Physiotherapy, and with first class honours, Amy Bridget Bowling. Isabella Bergina Ramsey. And with first class honours, Katie Emma Case. George Alexander Booth Erskine. Darryl Max Anthony Evans. Michael Neil Gara. Christopher Robert Wiley Gillespie. Matthew Peter Gladwell. Shasil Gurung. And with first class honours, Ben Hancock. Chloe Philippa Harris. Lucy Ann Jufkins. Nicola Claire Kennedy. Miranda Jane Kent. Kirsty Jane Knight. And with first class honours, Nicole Amy Lerner. And with first class honours, Charlotte May Moody. Beth Helen Nagel. And with first class honours, Alice Emmy Nichols. Michael John Taylor. Harvey John Verrier. Bachelor of Science in Professional Practice, Victoria Adaway. Lucy Rosemary Annette. Stella Justice Annan. Claire Ella Maber. Minnie Matthew. Zoe Sherwood. Graduate Certificate in Leadership and Management in Health and Social Care, Catherine Margaret Atfield. Elizabeth Diana Hutchins. Shanine Newport. Hannah Webber. Graduate Certificate in Practice Education, Nadina Inarati. Nuala Trainer Beckett. Graduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Minette Lorne Bailey. Lucia Chorea. Victoria Chignani. Naum Chupango. Taka Eddington Chupango. Christopher Roy Daubney. Chinara Davis. Christine Eels. Frida George. Annette Green. Josephine Yikai Harris. Lorraine Ann Hunt. Diana James. Venakai Karigambi. Livingstone Mabonga. Krishna Priya Mandapathil Leji. And with distinction, Barry Scott Mather. Katie McCauley. Catherine McKee. Katie Margaret Rosetta Mina. Kirsty Victoria Mott. Anna Mwiluku. Katie Daniela Carroll. Bonnie Pullen. Sharon Angela Smith. Ogochukwu Upadaya. Lizette Wyborn. Advanced Diploma in Adult Nursing, Amanda Meliha Alexander. Felicity Jane Margaret Berkshire. Sarah Elizabeth Bennett. Megan Kate Bowler. Hannah Elizabeth Emmonton. Shyama Gurum. And with distinction, Lauren Annabelle Hockaday. Victoria Ella Louise Johnson. Carolyn Zoe Rushton. Benjamin Charles Allen Silence. Brogan Wells. Diploma of Higher Education in Operating Department Practice and with distinction, Stuart Anderson. Louise Banks. Holly Jan Charman. And with distinction, Charlene Ann Coleman. Brian James Cutler. And with distinction, Agnes Dagsar. And with distinction, Emma Jane Davis. And with distinction, Katie Eastman. And with distinction, Denise Ferguson. Lucy Fogies. And with distinction, Diane Elizabeth May-Lowe. And with distinction, Rajveer Madar. Melody Mano Mano. And with distinction, Martin Ross Mansell. Emma Maple. And with distinction, Amber Jane Marlowe. Laura Jane Marsh. And with distinction, Charlotte Anna Ann Parkman. Nicole Ann Reyes. And with distinction, Tanya Marie Robinson. Chelsea Lauren Stoodley. And with distinction, Chibin Chu. Foundation degree in science in paramedic science, and with distinction, Alexandra Ann Bailey. And with distinction, David Gary Beardwood. Joanna Belcher. Charles Robert Bermudez. And with distinction, Nicola Jane Broomfield. And with distinction, Paul Matthew Dunn. And with distinction, Adam Christopher Enoch. Benjamin Sinclair Gawthrop. And with distinction, Kate Goodwin. And with distinction, Lucy Mary Hayward. And with distinction, Thomas William Hull. Dale William John Jeffries. Dean Lewis. Matthew Richard James Lloyd. And with distinction, Rebecca Jane Mabbott. And with distinction, Stephanie K. Mills. And with distinction, Sarah Jeanette Stainforth. Paul John Sturmey. Benjamin Philip Wright. Pro-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the awards for the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences. Vice-Chancellor, thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving all recipients of awards a final round of applause. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
Wow. Graduation is my favourite time of year. And it's not just these splendid robes that I get to wear. It's because I have the very great pleasure of meeting all of you, our graduating students, and have the very great honour of being the first person to congratulate you as you cross the stage. Now, graduates, you are now BU alumni, and I know how great that is because I'm one too. So I once crossed this very same stage and sat where you are today, so I know what a very special and proud occasion this is. Now, the motto of this university, which is displayed on the crest on the front of this lectern, is Discere mutari est, which means to learn is to be changed. And education is about changing lives, our own lives and the lives of those around us. It does help us leave the world a better place than we found it. Now, graduates, you are now BU Global Ambassadors and the next generation of BU Global Talent. So your achievements recognised today are the launchpad for an amazing journey that has absolutely no limits. A journey that will be full of opportunities and challenges, a journey that will require you to continually learn, adapt and change in order to succeed in this increasingly fast-paced, competitive and globally connected world. Now, since I was here as a student, BU has been on an amazing journey too, and has changed beyond all recognition. Our vision for BU is based on a fusion of education, research and professional practice, where they all combine together and feed into everything that we do. As highlighted in a recent government-led research assessment exercise, 96% of our research that feeds into our programmes is now rated as internationally recognised, and 18% of that is the highest possible category of world leading. Within 6 months after graduating from BU, 94% of our graduates are in work or further study, and our consistent aim is to be listed in the top 50 UK universities, however you measure it. And we're well on the way to achieving that, but we've also now been listed as one of the top 200 most international universities in the Times Higher Education World University Rankings, and one of the top 150 universities in the world under 50 years old. Now, sadly, I am no longer under 50 years old, which is hard to believe, I know. But my decision to study at this institution when I was just 18 years old changed my life forever, and my journey led to me being on the stage today. And to lead such a fantastic university is a very great honour and a privilege. But who knows where your amazing journeys will take you. Now, another reason that I love graduation is because I get to meet all of your family and friends, and of addressing those who aren't able to be here but are watching us live from around the world. We all know that succeeding at university takes a huge amount of hard work, tenacity and determination, and you should all be incredibly proud of what you've achieved as individuals. But none of you did this alone. Sitting behind you or in the front row are the people that helped you keep your feet on the ground while you were reaching for the stars. Your parents, your partners, your friends and your families. Without their support and understanding, none of this would have been possible. People who supported you when you first decided to go to university. People who manned the 24/7 helpline back home. Or people who were there for you when the pressure started to build the deadlines were getting closer and those final assessments were looming. So I'm delighted to see so many of your supporters here today. And graduates, I invite you now to stand up, turn around and join me in showing your thanks with a huge round of applause. That's lovely. And you may have noticed some other familiar faces either on the stage or around you in the hall today. Your lecturers, your tutors, your support staff, and like me, they were incredibly proud to see you cross the stage today. And so I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them for all of their hard work and their amazing contribution, and in particular for making BU such a creative, friendly and inspiring place to be. So please do give them a wave if you can catch their eye, and join me in thanking them with another huge round of applause. They can all be proud of what you've achieved as individuals, but I want to reflect briefly on what you've achieved together. So many of you graduating today have contributed enormously to BU and the wider community, either working with our fantastic Students' Union, SUBU, volunteering, fundraising or doing charity work, or representing BU in one of our sports teams, or through many of the other clubs, societies and community groups that you've been part of. So, on behalf of all of those people in our local community and further afield that you've helped and supported, I would like to say a very big thank you. Now, the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences has had a brilliant year too. Research has gone from strength to strength, and our collaborative relationships are vital to this. As a result of the work with one of our national centres alongside the national trading standards bodies and the police, the financial services sector is now making changes to help protect thousands of people across the UK affected by financial scams each year. And I'm also extremely proud of the relationships that we have with our local NHS trusts on projects like the Being Human project, improving patient care by looking at the caring nature and culture alongside staff from the Royal Bournemouth and Christchurch Hospital, and projects looking at nutrition for older people that will make a real difference to their lives. And I was also personally delighted to visit graduates working at the Royal Bournemouth and Christchurch Hospital last week and see firsthand how they're using their knowledge and their practical experience gained at BU to enhance and develop their careers and to add real value to society. Now, I know that my colleagues in the faculty have really enjoyed working with you all, and they've asked me to share a few messages with you. Now, I know they had a lot of fun making that film, and I hope that you've had as much fun during your time at BU. And I hope you've enjoyed this ceremony. I'd now like to thank all of those who have been involved in making it such a success, particularly our Pro-Chancellor Peter Harvey for presiding this morning, our local dignitaries and distinguished guests, and members of the University Board for their continued support and commitment. Now, graduates, you are now all automatically members of the BU Alumni Association, so please do make the most of their ongoing services and keep in touch. We want to hear about your amazing journeys, so I personally wish you every success for the future and invite you now to join me and my colleagues in the Purbeck Hall to continue the celebrations. Thank you.
Congregation, please stand for the national anthem and retiring processions.